In Movies and Money today, our film critic Erik Childress is here to give us a look at what's coming out this weekend at the box office. And Erik, I have to start with the movie about pets. It looks adorable.
Yeah, and I mean, Dory has been the story for the last several weeks, and it's going to be probably the biggest film of the year, the biggest film of the summer, biggest Pixar movie, biggest animated film. But Secret Life of Pets is going to dethrone it this weekend. And Illumination Entertainment, who has done the Despicable Me movies and Minions and whatnot, have sort of formed their own brand and whatnot. So they're looking at probably a very big weekend and probably going to be one of the other success stories of the summer.
So here's a quick peek at the Secret Life of Pets.
Who are we? We are the flushed pets, thrown away by our owners, and now we're out for revenge. It's like a club, but with biting and scratching.
Has it been getting good reviews?
The reviews have been okay. The Illumination brand of the Despicable Me movies and Minions, they're usually kind of mixed. A lot of people tend to give them a pass, pretty much. I'm actually not a fan of these movies. I don't think they're not nearly as good as the Pixar films. And Secret Life of Pets, if you look at the plot, it's basically Toy Story with pets. I mean, let's be honest about it. And that's a very easy hook for parents to take their kids. And it's a fun little story.
It's a winning formula.
Absolutely.
Let's take a look at another film coming out this weekend. It's Mike and Dave Need Wedding Dates.
What's going on here?
Over the years at our family gathering, you two show up and you ruin it. I want you to bring a date to your sister's wedding. We don't want you showing up stag and riling each other up.
Yeah, and this is something that the summer has been sorely lacking, sort of an R-rated raunchy comedy.
This one looks very much like the usual formula.
Yes.
Wedding crasher slash any kind of rom-com.
Right. Not quite the same star power that some of these other movies have. Very recognizable names. I mean, Anna Kendrick obviously has had great success with the Pitch Perfect movies.
She's tremendous.
Right. And Zac Efron, who is in actually the other R-rated raunch comedy this summer, Neighbors 2, which actually ended up disappointing. I think this one, you're going to see this probably open somewhere in the teens, kind of thing, and we'll see if the word of mouth is any good on it. It might develop into a little sleeper hit, but right now I think just keep the expectations slightly average on this one.
The movie The BFG is getting a lot of buzz, and it's mostly negative. People are kind of calling this film a loser.
Yeah, and I mean, there are two ways to look at this thing. I mean, obviously, you look at the financial aspect of, this is a $140 million budgeted film that only grossed over the weekend before the holiday just under $19 million. It's not exactly the a winning model for success, and even with international numbers, might still end up being a very big disappointment for Disney and Steven Spielberg. But people are writing these articles right now that has Steven Spielberg lost his blockbuster touch, and all these these clickbait headlines and whatnot that make you think that somehow Spielberg is on the decline in his career, which is absolute nonsense. For one thing, no one, the Spielberg brand is just really insulting because people don't go to a Steven Spielberg movie for a brand. They go there because he makes really good movies. Okay, so it's, and box office that we talk about here is all about marketing. The opening weekend is all about marketing and what the studios can, entice people in to see. And I guarantee you that probably half the people who went to see the BFG this weekend probably didn't even realize it was a Steven Spielberg movie until his name came up at the end credits. And also another thing, while BFG is getting all the headlines of being the big bomb this weekend, The Legend of Tarzan, which exceeded a lot of expectations,
it did.
yes, and grossed like between 38 and 39 million. Yes, that is a much sexier number and won the battle between the three movies this weekend. But that's a $180 million budgeted film. So if you look between the two numbers, they're actually equal on the disappointment level.
Interesting.
Okay? Yeah, and The Legend of Tarzan, probably the word of mouth is probably not going to be as solid as the BFG is. So the BFG is not going to post a very large number, but Legend of Tarzan is probably going to come in somewhere under 125 million in the U.S. And with a $180 million budget, it's going to need a lot of money overseas for it not to be a bomb as well, is what they're calling the BFG.
Well, Erik, thanks as always for being here.
Thank you.